it's Shelby here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my anticipated releases for the brand new year. So these are going to be all of the books that I, for the most part, know that are coming out in this year that I'm like highly anticipating. I can't wait for them to come out. And yeah, so these are my anticipated releases, and when these books come out, hopefully I don't dilly-dally and not read them right away because I'm excited for them. But I tend to have that habit where I'm just like dying for a book, and then it comes out and then I don't read it for various reasons. So this is my living room. Decided to change it up today. I'm filming several videos today, and you'll probably see this outfit in several videos because I just decided, because I look pretty, because I had to get pictures done today, that I should just film a bunch of videos. So this is gonna be one of many. But anyway, so my anticipated releases. So this is a hard for me to do because like usually authors and like publishers only like put out like their release dates for books till like the beginning half of the year. And that's also a lot harder because like the vast majority of the authors that I read are indie authors, like indie romance authors. And so they don't actually like say very far in advance when they're going to be releasing books, or they're going to be like, hey, there's a new book coming out. Like it's usually like the most you get is maybe like a month or two, like two at like the most. Sometimes there's authors that like just spit out like, oh hey, I've got a new book coming out next week, and you're just like, whoa, what? Okay. So it's hard to do that. So I'm gonna split this video up. So the first part is books that I know I have actual release dates for, and so I'm going to tell you those, and then afterwards I'm going to tell you authors that I'm pretty sure are going to be putting out some books this year that if they do, I want them. So the first one that we have is going to be in January. The only one that I have for January is going to be Electric Idol. This comes out January 18th. This is by Katie Robert. This is the second book in her, I don't even know what this series is called. It's like Greek mythology spin-off sort of like series, and I'm pretty sure it's modern day. So like I said, this is going to be the second book of the series. I still haven't read the first book of the series. I know, shame on me, but I love Katie Robert, and any book that's like coming out from her is going to be an anticipated release for me, even if it takes me a while to get to them. So there's that one. And then the next one is going to be in February. So this is going to be House of Sky and Breath. Yes, I have my list of books beside me. And this is going to come out in February 15th. This is the second book of the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas, and I am dying for this book. I am so ready. The first book, when it came out, I did read it like right away, and I sobbed. It was like a 5-star read. I loved it, and I'm dying for this one to come out. I'm so excited for it. I'm gonna try to read it right away if I can. And then I have a couple books coming out in March. So March 1st is going to be Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. And this is the sequel to, I don't remember. It Happened One Summer? Is that the book? I don't know. It's the sequel to the summary book that Tessa Bailey wrote that I read this past year. And I just, for whatever reason, I can't remember like what it's called. But excited for this because little like bits of this were kind of like alluded to in the first book, and I'm really excited for it. And then, oh, and then March 29th, Katie Robert has another book that's coming out, The Dragon's Bride, which starts her, like, she wanted to write this, like, monster romance series. So this is the first that she's going to be putting out. So there's that one. Like I said, anything Katie Robert puts out, I'm super excited for. I'm down for it. Then April 5th, now we're on to April, we have The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. And I think this is a standalone. Mia Sosa wrote some other kind of like wedding-y, romantic comedy kind of series book that I read this past year. And I really enjoyed her writing. And so I'm interested to pick this one up. And I'm pretty sure this one is going to be another, like, well, it has wedding in the title, so like a wedding story, and I think it has like fake dating involved to it, which I think her other book had fake dating involved too. But I'm down for it. Like I said, I enjoyed that other one, so I'm excited to see how this one goes and if I like it the same or as much. And then I have a couple books for May, and they both come out on May 3rd. So the first one is going to be Book of Night by Holly Black, which this one I'm really excited about because Holly Black writes a lot of fantasy books, but she mostly writes like YA fantasy. So this is supposed to be her first adult fantasy story. So I'm really excited to see how she takes on like the adult genre, because I feel like, especially like the Cruel Prince series, while it was YA fantasy, it like pushed itself somewhat towards adult, but not quite. So I'd like to see how she does like an adult book. And I know this has something to do, if I'm remembering the synopsis correctly, something to do with like magic involving like shadows, like shadow magic, which sounds really intriguing to me. So I'm excited for that one. And then the other book that comes out on May 3rd is going to be Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which I know I still have yet to read an Emily Henry book, but her books just sound so good, and I really want to get to, she's one that I just want to get to her other books this coming year, and then also read this one. And like, all I know is like, it's just kind of like what the title says, like it's about these two people who love to read books, and I am totally here for that. I can't wait for that. So those are the books that I actually have dates for. The other ones are just kind of ones that I'm pretty sure they're going to be releasing books this year. Some of them are, it's more, I'm very, very hopeful that they're going to be releasing a book this year. And I just don't know what type of book they'll be or when it's going to be. So one of them being Tessa Dare. Her Girl Meets Duke series, the last book of that series has been on hiatus for like the longest time. Goodreads now says that it's going to be released in 2024. And I don't know if that's correct or not. It had said it was going to be 2021, and now it doesn't, I don't know. I don't know what's happening with this one. I don't know if this book is ever going to come out, or if Tessa Dare, you know, if she decides to just like, she's not feeling that book and needs to write something else and publishes something else. I'm also here for that. That's fine. But I really enjoy Tessa Dare, and I'd be excited for anything that she decided to put out this year, if anything at all. So that's one of my hopefuls. The other is just in general Katie Robert. So she does have those two that I mentioned dates for, but she has a lot of other like indie published books that, again, it's more like, hey, this book's gonna be coming out next month. So I have a feeling she's probably gonna write another one of her like A Touch of Taboo series, probably publish something in that. I'm kind of hoping, I haven't read any of the Able series, which I can't remember what the like series name of that, but the first book is Able. She had this plan for this whole huge series for that, and she had like these like character stories and everything like on her, I think like Instagram or something. And then she just kind of got burned out from that for a little bit and wanted to write some other things. So I'm hoping maybe she'll return to that and write some more of that. I don't know. Katie Roberts, one of those people that like, she writes so many books and she puts out a lot of stuff. So I'm anticipating her to put out like a new book or story like every other month in 2022 that's around about how she's written in the past. So I'm expecting that. Oh, then Gianna Darling, she's another author that I'm expecting. I'm pretty sure she has said that we should be expecting the next book of the Fallen Men series to come out this next year. She's another author that I think she usually writes at least a couple books a year. So I'm expecting at least one book to be released by her. Oh, and then we have Karina Halley. She has been releasing some books, but she has teased that she's wanting to write this book called River of Shadows, which has to do with, I think it's like Nordic, maybe, like mythology or like folklore, and it has to do with like the god of death, and it just sounded really interesting to me. But I'm expecting her to put something out. I know she's had a little bit of like writing. It's taking her a little bit longer because I think her father recently passed away, and then I think I heard something maybe about her brother passing away too. So she's got a lot going on right now. So I completely understand if she doesn't put like a ton out, but I feel like she will probably write and put out at least one book. So I'm excited for whatever she does choose to put out. Sierra Simone, I haven't heard anything about any kind of book from her coming out this year, but she's another one that she usually typically releases at least one book a year, if not a couple books. So she's one of my favorite authors, so whatever she chooses to put out, I'm always going to be excited and anticipating. I said that really weird. Excited for whatever she puts out. Ruby Dixon, again, she definitely puts out a ton of books. She's kind of similar to Katie Robert, maybe not on the same exact scope, but she does put out like at least 3 books a year, if not more. So I'm excited for whatever she puts out this year. And then another one is going to be Pam Godwin. I'm really finding that I'm really enjoying Pam Godwin's works. So I think she's only released like one book this past year, and then maybe like some like short stories and like some anthologies. So I'm hoping she's got another one coming out, at least one book for the year. And I'm really excited for whatever that's going to be whenever that comes out. So there you go. Those are going to be all of the books that I know of that are coming out that I am anticipating for the new year. So if you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you comment down below what are some of the books that you are most looking forward to coming out. I probably missed a bunch of them because, you know, like I said, I don't know exactly when all these books are coming out because publishers don't always say things, or like I said, these indie authors only tell you maybe like a month in advance if they've got a new book coming out. So anyway, and make sure if you enjoyed this video to hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos from me, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Bye guys.